All right, so let's get into what is testosterone. Testosterone is such a fascinating molecule. It's composed of carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen atoms. It is known as an androgen. It is a male hormone. A hormone is a chemical messenger that triggers different activities in the brain, in the body. So for example, the liver, the testes, other organ systems. Testosterone receptors are everywhere. And testosterone binds to these receptors to regulate different activities. What are these activities? What the hell is it actually doing? It regulates things like sperm production. So without testosterone, you cannot produce sperm. You cannot have babies. Without testosterone, you cannot have big muscles. Testosterone is also involved in sexual desire. The more testosterone you have, the more sexual desire you're going to have. It's involved in sexual performance. You get erections because of testosterone. It is the major regulator of erection. It is even involved in things like aggression, in depression, in obesity. So having high testosterone serves an amazing benefit because it allows you to have optimum masculinity. All right, so the way we have actually figured out what testosterone does is very interesting. Back in the day, people didn't know what testosterone was because it wasn't discovered until 1935, after a lot of hard work of discovering its precursors and other molecules associated with testosterone. Scientists back in the day, they knew that there was some power inside the testicles. We know today it's testosterone, but back in the day they didn't know. So there was this one really famous scientist in France. He devised a method where he would make a cocktail out of dog or guinea pig venous blood. And the venous blood that he took was from the testes of that dog or guinea pig. And then he would mix it with semen from the dog, and he made this cocktail and he would just ingest it every day. And he did that for like 30 days. And then he did this presentation in a conference in Paris, and he told them, and this is like the academy, the Science Academy of France with all the famous scientists. And he proposes that because he's been taking this cocktail, he is able to have more sexual vigor. He's able to stay up at night writing his papers, like crazy stuff, okay? Now, we know it's a placebo because just by ingesting sperm or ingesting blood inside testicles, that kind of entity, when it goes in the body, it is going to be deactivated in the liver, okay? So we know that now. He did not know that, so he actually thought it was working. It was working because it was a placebo. All right, so why am I telling you this history of testosterone? Why am I telling you how crazy men have been about increasing their testosterone and having more sexual activity and more sexual desire and performance? Because you're not the only one. I'm not the only one. You and I are on a path to increase masculinity and maximize it. But we're not the only one. Everyone wants to do that. Unfortunate thing about testosterone is that it decreases with age. It is at its peak when you're a teenager during puberty. And then as you reach 30 years old, every year after that, it is going to decline by 1 or a little bit more than 1%, depending on the person. And because of this decline in testosterone, you will lose your sexual appetite. You will lose your sexual health. You will lose your erectile quality. You will not have the manly feeling that you had when you were a teenager. It is very natural because it is being experienced by everyone. But there is a way to reverse this process. And that is what this plan offers. Diet, exercise, and sleep. If you do these 3 steps in an optimal way as described and advised in the plan, you will be able to reverse this decline in testosterone. So what is the takeaway from this entire video? Testosterone is the man hormone, which people have been crazy and trying to increase for ages. And this hormone is involved in a myriad of functions in the body. Increasing muscle mass, sexual health, be it sexual desire, sexual performance, sexual stamina. It is involved in bone density. It is involved in aggression. It is involved in depression, in obesity. You will lose body fat if you have high testosterone. You will gain muscle mass. You will develop your biceps if you have higher testosterone. All right, look, This product is mainly about how testosterone is related to sexual health, how having higher testosterone increases your sexual health and optimizes your masculinity. However, there are very interesting relationships between testosterone and other activities that we engage in. Have you ever won something like maybe a chess match or a sports tournament or anything, like maybe making an A on an exam? When you win a game, your testosterone level rises significantly. There was a very interesting study where they looked at the fans of different sports teams in 1994. Now, specifically, it was the World Cup, the Soccer World Cup, and Brazil was playing Italy. So scientists went in, they measured the testosterone levels of the fans that were following and supporting Brazil and the fans that were supporting Italy. And they wanted to see whether testosterone levels increase or decrease in these fans after the result of the match. And what they found was really interesting. Brazil, who actually won the match, the fans of that team's testosterone levels increased by 28%. However, Italian fans, because Italy lost, their testosterone levels decreased by 27%. Now look, these tests were done using salivary testosterone. When testosterone is measured using the saliva, the results aren't exactly accurate like they would be if you did a blood test. However, a 28% increase and a 27% decline is very significant. So this study shows that winning allows your testosterone levels to increase. Now, again, keep in mind that just because your testosterone levels increased by winning something, that doesn't mean that your testosterone levels are gonna stay increased. The way testosterone levels stay increased in a permanent way is by undergoing changes in your lifestyle. And that is what this product is about. So undergoing changes in your diet, your exercise, your sleep, as well as your other lifestyle activities.